All right, this video is to show you the next level of creating pieces in Inventor that's going to be helpful when you go to do the 4.1e activity. Notice first that I've created a new puzzle or a new project called 4.1e so that all the 4.1e files will go under this new project. They won't get mixed in with all your puzzle block files. All right, we're going to create a new part. And of course, whenever you start a new part, you start with a 2D sketch. Now, before you start drawing a part in Inventor, you really want to have an idea of strategies, how you're going to go about creating that part. That, in some cases, will determine which plane you choose. I'm going to just choose the XY plane to start the part I'm going to create. Now, there are many ways that you can start your initial shape. I'm going to start with a line. And I can make these lines using my keyboard however long. As long as I don't click off of it, I can continuously add different lines. And I'm just going to create a random shape here. All right. At the end of you creating your shape, notice I had to close the entire shape in. If somehow you have an open on any of these corners, it will not let you extrude the shape. So make sure that all of your corners are closed in. Once I finish my sketch, I need to click Finish Sketch, and I'm going to extrude it. Okay, so I have extruded my shape into this basic L box. Now, let's say hypothetically I want to create a hole that goes down through the top of this box. The next step, I will start a new 2D sketch, but now I want to start the sketch on this surface. So I click on that surface, and it will bring the orientation of the box, so I'm looking at the top view where that object wants to go. So I'm going to create a circle. Let's go 0.2 inch circle. And I need to dimension it. Whenever you dimension a circle, you're always dimensioning from the center line. So I want it to go in, let's say, 0.15 inches. And I also need to dimension the location from the edge. And let's say that's 0.5 inches. Okay. Now that I have the circle drawn on here, I can finish the sketch. And when I go to extrude, I have some options. So normal extrude is just like you think of. It pulls that shape outward. Over here are some other toolbars that you can use. This is a cut extrude. So instead of extruding that shape outward, I'm going to actually cut that material away. I can cut, it obviously doesn't make sense to go in this direction, into the material. I can cut a distance, or I could go all, and that's going to cut it through the edge of that piece. Now, if I wanted to put a shape on this surface, I will start another 2D sketch. It brings me to this surface. I'm going to create the shape that I want to extrude on there. And let's say I need to dimension it. So I want this side to be 0.2 inches. And I want this side to be 0.5 inches. Okay, that was too big. 0.05 inches. I can just simply double click on that and it'll bring that back up. And now this is not where I want it. So I need to actually locate that object left and right where I want it relative to all my other dimensions. This is why the dimensioning unit that we did was so important. Okay, so now I have shown the size of the object that I want to extrude on here, and I've also dimensioned its location relative to the overall piece. I finished the sketch. I'm going to do an extrude of that surface, but this time I only want to extrude it 1/4 of an inch. And I say okay.